Hey guys, Blue Delta Wolf here. This is Magic the Gathering 2014 and this is my Masks of the Dimir Promo Suite 60. So as you can see, I have 35 out of 35 cards. There have been 5 cards added to this deck and I've made a brand new Suite 60 to showcase that, okay? So it's 11 blue, 11 black, 60 cards in total, 22 creatures, 16 other and 22 land. Very strong deck, it's very evil. So I run it like this: 4 Dimir Guild Mage, not bad early game, great late game when you've got lots of spare land. You can draw or make them discard. This deck's all about trickiness. It's about drawing for you, discarding for the enemy, putting cards back on top of their deck to slow them down one whole turn. You can copy monsters, you can destroy monsters, you can do... it's got so many tricks to it. I really love this deck. So, Surveilling Sprite, 2 for a 1-1, when it dies you draw. Ravenous Rats, discard. Counter Skull. Counter target non-creature spell, its controller loses 2 life. I like these cards. Target creature gets -3/-3 for 2. Really good early game killing off creatures, or you can just weaken creatures later on. And it's instant, so you can use it in combat as well. Hands of Binding, 2 for tapping a creature opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap, and it has Cipher. In case you don't know what Cipher is, it means you can attach this card to one of your creatures, and when they deal combat damage to a player, you get to cast this card again for free. Chittering Rats, 3 for a 2-2, and what it does is when it comes into play, target opponent puts a card from their hand on top of the library, so it slows them down by 1 whole turn. Slate Street Ruffian, if he becomes blocked, player discards a card. Very good. Choose 1. Target player draws 2, or target player discards 2, so that's draw or discard for 3. That's amazing. Evil Twin, one of my favourite cards of all time. 4 for a 0/0, but what you do is you copy any creature on the board, and then next turn you can use Evil Twin to destroy its evil twin. No, to destroy its twin. So you copy a hard card that they've got, and then the turn after you destroy it and you get to keep that version of it, so it's amazing. Moroi is 4 for a 4/4. It does deal damage to you every turn, but it's great because it's flying and it deals 1 damage to you, but you can deal 4 damage to them, so it's amazing. I do like Moroi. Archaeomancer, love this card. When it enters the battlefield, bring a sorcery or instant back from the graveyard to your hand. Enchanted, +2/2 lifelink. Lobotomy, very situational. It costs 4. You look at the opponent's hand, you choose a non-land card from it, and then you search their graveyard, hand, library for all cards with the same name, and you exile them. Amazing card. Target player discards a card, but it also has Cipher. I chose this one over Mind Rot. This card is amazing. You'll see this in my showcase. It costs 5. Whenever you cast a blue creature, you draw. Whenever you cast a black creature, enemy discards. Some creatures are blue and black. You get both the effects. +4/4 enchant for illusionary armor. It's great because when the enchanted creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, you sacrifice illusionary armor. So if that spell was destroy creature, this card is destroyed instead. I think. I'm 90% sure the creature is saved. I'll double check that for you guys. Beacon of Unrest, you'll see this in my showcase as well. What an amazing card. You choose any creature or artifact creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, then you shuffle this back into your library, so you can't even mill yourself or be milled, unless that card is exiled, of course. Another Cipher card, target opponent loses 3 life, so you make them lose 3 life. Say they've got an empty field, then you attach this to one of your creatures, attack, do damage, and they lose 3 life again. Really strong. Din Rover Horror, 6 for a 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, target permanent return to its owner's hand, and then that player discards a card. This is another slowing card. It costs 6 for a 2/2. It's very expensive for what it does, but it does make them put a creature back on top of the library. So if they had a really heavily buffed creature or a creature that you couldn't handle, put it on top of its library, and then it slows them down by a 1 turn, and it comes back without the buffs on it. Or if you get pacified, bring your creature back to your top of your library, and then it can be resummoned, so it works both ways. This card has an amazing animation. It's one of the best cards in the game, in this game. It costs 6 for a 6/5, flying, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put that many 1/1 counters on it. It's OP, really. Excuse me. Spinal Embrace, this is a new card. Costs 6, and you can only cast it during combat. Untap target creature you don't control and gain control of it. It gains haste until the end of next turn, and at the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice it. If you do, you gain life equal to its toughness. There's too many good things going on there for me to say no to that card, guys. That is really, really powerful. Stolen Identity, 6 to put a copy onto the battlefield. That's a copy of target artifact or creature, and it has Cipher. So really, really strong. The final card is Avatar of Will. It does cost 8, but 9 times out of 10 you're going to cost it for just 2. It's really, really easy to get up. 5/6 flying. Okay, cards that didn't make it. That's great in a demon deck. It makes no sense in this deck to me. I did try this card, but when I was trying it, I only had this card in my hand, and it was really frustrating because every time I summoned it, it came back to my hand. So it is a good card, but it's situational. You need to have other cards on the field for it to be any good. I love these blue-black cards. This one's very expensive, and by the time it's out, the enemy hardly ever has cards left in their hand, so it was a bit of a waste of time. Pretty pointless. Swap creatures? No, too situational. Very, very strong card, 7. It would be good in a different deck, but not this deck. Again, that's good. Very situational, very expensive. Meh. Only needed 2 of them. I like Sleep, but I've used it in other decks. I didn't fancy using it in this one as well. Same for Fool's Demise. It is a good card, but I just chose not to run it. That's okay. It's a 6 for a 3/2. Comes back as a 4/3. It's not a bad card. It's got awesome artwork and stuff, but I just chose not to run it. No good. Thought Scour I originally was going to run, but that's much better in a mill deck, and there's plenty of draw. Even though it only costs 1, you've got enough draw in this deck, so it's no good really. Same for that, same for that. That's a good card, but I already have that effect on many other cards. Didn't use Mind Rot, I did mention that earlier on, and the final one, I don't use Terramorphic Expanse on dual decks, only on tri decks. So there we are, guys. I'll show you a quick showcase of this video now, and I'll see you in a bit. So here is the Masks of the Dimir showcase. I've had Snelek, the Sliver deck, on the ropes for about 43 turns now, and there's pretty much nothing he can do. I'm slowly killing myself with Moroi, but he's still a 4/4 flying, and I have a massive field advantage, so it doesn't matter. Always having a full hand, he's always having no cards in his hand. This card is working absolute wonders. I love this card. Whenever a blue creature enters, I draw. Whenever a black creature enters, he discards. I've got discard, kind of like a discard. Well, it just puts it on top of his library, which is annoying. That's another draw. Get from the graveyard. I can draw or discard from the graveyard. This was good. Returned a permanent to his hand, then he discarded it because it was his last card. I copied his Bone Scythe with Evil Twin, and that was the one I put back to his hand, and he destroyed it. So if he summons another Bone Scythe, I can destroy it instantly. More discard. You've seen that one. Same, seen that one. And I summoned that for free because he didn't have any cards in his hand, so that was amazing. And every time I would attack him, he would have to tap one of his creatures that wouldn't untap because of Cipher. Well, as you can see, I have a full hand of stuff that I could do that's very, very difficult. Can't make him discard, he hasn't got any. Same for that one. I can draw 2. This one's amazing. What an amazing deck. So many options in this deck. It's really, really, really evil. It's the most evil out of all the decks by far. It just completely shuts the enemy down. But you do need land, so if you get land fucked, then it's a hard win. He's going to hate me now. Because if I summon Vidalcan Dismisser, he can't actually do that thing. He's going to put one of those on top of his library, but it'll just disappear. And I get to draw a card, because it was blue. Such an amazing deck. Draw 2 more cards. There's nothing he can do. He's got no cards in his hand. I don't know. I'll just leave it like this for now. What an amazing, amazing deck. And my Sweet 60 is working really well. Ooh. Scary. See, he would have to have discarded them, but he doesn't have any. So it really doesn't matter. Let's just keep drawing and see what I get. Another Moroi. That'll kill me quicker, but I don't care because I've won anyway. I get to draw, he has to discard. What an amazing combination. Okay, I'll go down to about 5 cards or 5 life, whichever happens first. Because I really want this showcase to be awesome. Alright, so how can I make him destroy that card? Let's have a look. I'll figure out a way. I'm gonna have a look at it. I think see what it was. See why he didn't play it. Oh, it was a... Okay, nothing could be chosen. It was just a red land. Never mind. I'll make him discard it and cipher it onto... I'll cipher it onto my 7/8, so that has now got 2 effects. Still don't need to summon my rats. I'm loving this deck so much. Okay, Beacon of Unrest. Very sweet. Let's have a look what he's got in here then. Ha! And I've got a sliver creature as well. So all of these will affect my slivers. Let's get the Megantic. There you go, now my sliver has 5/5 because I took it away from him. Let's make him put it on top of his deck. Oh wait, there, he's got to discard it first. Never mind. I don't want to mill myself. Another Beacon of Unrest. Oh, he got shuffled back in, of course. Oh, this is going to be awesome. I can just take all his slivers. Wow. Okay, I don't care if this video is too long, I'm just going to keep going. Because I keep getting to shuffle it back into my deck, so I don't think I'll ever mill myself, will I? Okay, I've actually got to be careful in case I kill myself. There it is again. Let's have a look in my own graveyard, shall we? I've only got him. I've got a better sliver army than he does. And there she is again. Which one shall I copy? Oh wow. I can copy it again. I'm trying to copy something with a cool effect. Let's copy that one. So I can do that one again. Oh, I did have another land in there somewhere. There she is. This card is amazing. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player gets +1/1 counters. Wow. And look at the animation too. It's about time I summoned the rats, don't you think? Shall I summon my last card? And it's going to be Beacon of Unrest again. Wow. So if I don't win now, guys, I will mill myself. So this is it. Sorry the video went on so long, but that, I think you'll find, is an amazing Masks of the Dimir showcase. Every one of those are going to double their attack power, the ones that get through. This is just absolutely amazing. Ooh, that could have been a lot worse. So there you go, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that Sweet 60 and showcase as much as I did. Thanks very much for watching. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps. And I'll see you on the next video, guys. Take it easy.